What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew First Culture Podcast. This is Jeremy. And as always, I want to say thank you very much for spending some time with me today. So, little, I guess, drive time reflections, if you want to call it that, uh, of the day. I, if you spend any time at all on social media, you will have definitely seen kind of the flood on social media here the past several days with the line of duty death of firefighter Muller. And regretfully, I never got to meet firefighter Muller. By everything that I have seen, those close to him and those who knew him seemed like an amazing guy, an amazing firefighter, just the epitome of what we are here to do, just for the mission, and just just kind of brings everything into perspective. And I say that not that this hasn't happened really even recently. There's been, it feels like over the past month or two, there's been quite a few line of duty deaths. I know Chicago has had a rough run of them, and several places, just spotted around America. And thankfully, I've never really had to deal with anything like that. I've lost some people I'm close to, but not in that way. And so I just can't imagine, having to deal with that and everything that goes into it. This was a guy, by all accounts, just a stand up brother, sharp on his skills, and lived out, the mission of the fire service. And I have no idea any of the details of what happened, but it just shows you that not only is life short, but this job is dangerous. Even if you're at a department that rarely fights fire, it's dangerous. Honestly, some of the most, let me re-say that. Honestly, my most fearful times as a firefighter, and especially now as an officer, aren't at fires. It's at vehicle accidents. That's when I am the most leery. That's when I am the most concerned about our safety, because I feel like that is one area that just the world in general is going to be making it very hard for us to stay safe at. So anyway, that's off topic, and I don't want to get there. What I wanted, what I do want to talk about is mission. With the recent line of duty deaths that have kind of hit pretty hard over the past few months and throughout the year, I think it's a great time to reframe our focus, to regain some proper perspective on what we do, why we do it, why we're here, and just spend some time thinking through some of this stuff. For me, I believe that there was a challenging time that hopefully we have made it through, or getting at least to the other side of that. We started losing focus on the mission altogether, the mission to protect life and property, and everything that goes with that. Just from what I've seen over the past couple of years, I feel like some great changes have been made to kind of correct that, and to get us back on track to where we need to be. But one thing I do feel may be somewhat overlooked is just how we're looking at and how we are perceiving that mission. I don't think anybody will argue with you that the mission of the fire service is to protect the citizens, the lives and property of those that we serve. That's pretty elementary, just basic stuff. But for me, I think that's a very linear way of viewing it. That's a very just a linear way of looking at what is possible for the fire service and really what we're even responsible for as a part of that fire service. Am I arguing that that's not our job? No, absolutely not. That is a piece of it. You hear for them, you see for them everywhere. That's kind of the rallying cry to bring the mission back into focus. And that's great. It's great to have something to really stand behind and to fight for. But that for them, it doesn't just stop at the citizens. For them, in my opinion, does not just mean those that live in the city limits of the place we serve. That's just one piece of it. Here's my for them are those citizens that we serve. But my for them is also the people we work with, the people on our crews, the people on our department, the firefighters that we live with every shift or every time, we run calls if you're a volunteer department or have meetings every so often. My for them is also my family. So putting it into that perspective, for them to me means the people that we serve with, the firefighters that we stand beside, the men and women that put their lives on the line every day to help others and to help you if you ever need. For them is also our family members who are at home when we are serving or at the firehouse. And my for them is obviously the citizens we serve as well. So those three things, that's the mission. We can't end the mission at the citizens. We have a responsibility to each other as brothers and sisters of the fire service, to watch over each other, to protect each other, to check in on each other. We also have a huge responsibility to our families. Protecting them the best we can, setting them up for success the best we can when we're not able to be around, preparing them the best we can when we're not around to be safe and ready for bad things to happen. That, I feel, is the responsibility that we have stepped up and tied ourselves to. Our mission is for the citizens, but it is way more than that. We have got to pull together and stop forgetting about the rest of our responsibilities. The people that we're serving with, the brothers and sisters that we share life with and share dangerous moments with and share traumatic moments with, they need us and we need them. The people that we're leaving at home when we go on shift, if you're a career firefighter or if the people we're leaving at home or when we're running calls or headed to weekly meetings or trainings if you're a volunteer firefighter. Responsible within themselves that they struggle with. They might not be seeing the things that you see, but they still have things that they struggle with, completely different things than you may have. So we can't overlook these things. The mission is so important. We cannot forget that the mission is so much bigger than us. We cannot focus on us. We cannot focus on what we can gain through this, what popularity we're going to get, how many more girls we're going to get at the club because we're firefighters, how cool we can make our truck look with awesome macho sayings about dragon slaying and all this. It's not about that. It's about serving. That's the sole purpose of our existence. It doesn't matter if you're a firefighter or not. It doesn't matter if you have any ties whatsoever to the fire service. That is our purpose, is to serve. The way we serve is going to be completely different from the way others serve. But it still comes down to serving others. And so that's kind of what I wanted to throw out there. I don't talk about it a lot. And every time I do talk about it, I say the same thing. So I just need to stop saying it. But I don't talk about being on the volunteer side of the fire service as well very much because I feel bad. I don't have a lot of time to give to it. But it is a piece of who I am. I want desperately to help them. Number one, because I work 100 miles away from my house. And when I'm 100 miles away from my house, those people are the people that will show up at my house if something bad happens. And so why would I not want to do the best I can to get them in the best possible position to succeed? My family's life could very well depend on it. But also, those are brothers and sisters that need help. And I don't mean that in a bad way. We all need help. My career department needs help. And so even though I can't provide every kind of help that they may need, just like my home career department, there are some areas that I can help in. There are some strengths that I bring to the table, some assets, some abilities that I can bring to help them out. And so as a part of the purpose I've been put here for, I know that that's important. That's important for me to find a balance in which I can do some of that. And no, I'm not going to be able to make a lot of calls. And I've tried to be very clear, very open, very honest about that the whole time. I'm just not going to be able to because I have to be careful with the amount of time in addition to the third of my life that I'm already gone, that I'm gone above that. So I have to be careful. But there are things in my life that aren't important that I can push back and put less of a priority into so that I can spend some time when it comes down to being able to help with the things I can help with. And I feel like that's kind of an area that we as a department need to really look at and focus at meaning clear vision of that perspective of the mission. I've lost a little bit, and I'm hoping to be able to kind of talk to some people, hopefully everybody, about gaining that back and learning how important it is to do the job that I don't care if you're volunteering to do it. It's so important for somebody to do it. And we get the chance to do it. Nobody's making us do it. We get the chance to. And so anyway, I don't want to leave, or I don't want to keep beating it to death. I really wanted to just dig into that mission a little bit and kind of throw those thoughts out there as far as broadening the view of that mission, broadening the angle of responsibility that we have towards that mission, going beyond just serving the citizens, truly taking advantage of the opportunities that we have been given to be a part of this fire service. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that there is something to dig out of there and add a little value to your life today, or even better, sit down with your crew or with some friends or somebody and have a conversation about it. But that's all I got. I hope you have a great day, great weekend, and I look forward to coming on and sharing some more thoughts with you at some point, and hopefully having some guests here pretty soon as well. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. And until next time, stay humble and do work.